What's up? I wanted to announce today that we do have a brand new film studio and video studio inside T-Shirt Kings photography. So if you want to have a photo shoot or anything like that, we're having a special 30-minute shoot. As many pictures as you take, we just email them all to you. You don't have to worry about prints. You get your pictures back before you leave. And so everything that you've always imagined that a photo shoot or that video production should be.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Peanut, a.k.a. the CEO of Dash Resource LLC, man. Your business, my business, man. I got a special guest with me here today. We're going to get to him in a second, but I definitely want to say thank you, everybody who's been tuning in every single week. You know what I'm saying? You got to show up for the results you want, man. So I think the analogy that was told to me was, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, the person who shows up to practice every single day, whether you get in the game or not, you still got a potential. Like, you still got a chance. Like, everybody just don't come in and be Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan got cut. You know what I'm saying? So you got to still be dedicated to this. So thank you for everybody who's been tuning in for the grants. You've been tuning in for the stocks. You're doing everything, you know what I'm saying, that you're supposed to be doing in order to grow your money. But I'm about to show you today is going to blow your mind. A lot of y'all say, I don't have money to invest. We're going to show you that you do today. We're going to guarantee that you learn the amount of money that you already currently spend, you can invest. So, and there's no tricks to this, right? There's no sleight of hand, no magic, right, Sean? Ain't no magic, nothing going on right there. So let me introduce y'all to my bro and business partner, my man Sean Fields, bro.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
It's good.
To be here, man.
For sure.
Tap in every single time you get a chance. Shout out to Peanut, man, for putting me here. Humble. You know, go follow him on his Facebook. Go follow him, subscribe to his YouTube, and make sure you grab that book, man.
For sure.
If you don't do that stuff, you just don't want to win.
You know what? I'm definitely making that the commercial from now on. But thank you, bro. So my man Sean Fields, you know what I'm saying, I know a lot about your investment background, but can you tell them, before your investment background, where were you when it came to working and just, you know, the 9-to-5 grind?
9-to-5 grind?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
What you want to know? You want the good, the bad?
I want to hear back when you weren't investing. Like,
All right.
what was you doing with your money back then?
Ooh, that's a good question. That was a great question.
Yeah.
So I was one of those guys. You know, and I think this is kind of normal for people, man. I was a guy that if I knew I was getting paid tomorrow, I had to blow the rest of it.
Yo. Yeah.
It had to go.
Yeah.
Ask anybody that was close to me, man. What you want? It's 12 night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they had DoorDash back then, but
Right.
that's how it was. It was just, you know, you didn't know. I didn't have any guidance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to do when I make the money, and then I caught myself buying assets like cars and stuff, and later on figured out that was a bad move.
I mean, like, you told me a very, very funny story at the office, right? Like, you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, a 750 fresh off the lot was 100,000.
100 grand.
And then a few moments later.
Cleanest, man, because it was one of my favorite cars, and it made songs about it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 745?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I just had to do my own little, you know, it just kind of clicked to me one day. I was looking on Facebook, they were selling them $3 grand. It hurt my soul to see something that I used to like so much be depreciated so much.
Mm.
And, I mean, just recently, you know, I had bought another car with a Nissan.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I did my research. I looked around. I said, okay, what cars are going to keep the value? And obviously, that wasn't the best one, but you know, which ones are going to last longer? Say what you want to. That thing gets me everywhere. And I don't have to pay too much for, you know, to fix it. I don't even think I fixed it yet. So,
Right.
you know, I ain't gonna say it's an asset, but it's not as much of a liability as if you were to go get, you know, a German car fresh off the lot for 100 grand,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, next year it's down to 60 grand.
True.
I mean, you got to think about it like this: like, how many things do you want to invest in? If you had a house, you bought it for 300,000, and then the next year it's worth 100 grand.
Yeah.
Gonna slap you in the face, right?
For sure.
You gonna feel that loss. So, you know, I had to make different moves and adjust accordingly. Just, you know, figure out really what an asset was, and that's when I just kind of bumped into different people. You know, watches, houses, investments,
Yeah.
businesses, capitalism.
Word.
So,
Yeah. So like, were there any people that was like telling you before, like, man, you might well just put that money away? Which it probably was good advice, but there's better choices now that we are financially literate.
yeah.
So,
Always, number one rule: put your money somewhere where it's gonna do something, and that's just just 2 + 2. If you got everybody understands inflation, but they don't understand, okay, why is inflation, all the details. I don't have to get into that, but if you understand that, all right, milk used to be 60 cents, you understand that gas used to be $3, $2, $1, and everything is costing more. Even chicken,
yeah.
costs more. When's the last time your dollar went up in value?
Right.
If you put your money in a shoebox, which is what everybody does, I'm not saying that they're bad people. It's just that we just weren't guided towards what really would help someone get to financial independence, or would help somebody, hedge inflation or things like that. So, and another reason why, Peanut, because we don't have access to people like that. Okay, I done been to the bank so many times, and with different amounts of money, and they never pull me to the side and say, hey, look, bro, it's $16 trillion in the bank that's earning less than 1%, so which means it's losing value every year. It's losing money. They're not in the game to teach people this stuff. They won't teach you. Only people that can really show you something is like an investment advisor that has a license, okay? Which, if you look at it now, the average investment advisor is like 67, Caucasian. How many investment advisors do you know?
Right.
That has a license. I'm not talking about Facebook advisors, Instagram advisors. I'm not Uncle Leroy. I'm talking about somebody that has a license, that went out and did the study and learned everything, regulated through FINRA, things like that. You don't really know too many of them.
I know 3.
Yeah, I know like 3.
But that could we're in the financial field. But the average person knows 0.
Right. It was one other person that came from my high school that got an investment license. It's my cousin. Okay.
Runs in the family, obviously.
And he didn't even tell me what he was doing until I asked him. So the whole time I don't know what the heck buddy was doing. He was living life. But I got into the investment industry, and that's when I caught him. Because I just had a hunch. I was like, man, you got your investment license? He was like, yeah. That's what you've been doing. Okay. All right, let me look into this. Let me give it a try. And you know what I'm saying? But that's one person that came from school. Everybody else is like STNAs, nurses, and RNs and stuff. You got 2 people that came from this school that got an investment license. One of them, which works at a different company. They're not going to sit down with you unless you got a $500,000, $250,000.
Right.
Then you got me.
Right.
So
like BlackRock, how much money you got to go talk to BlackRock? Like upwards of 400,000.
Man, if you want one of them dudes to come to your office, you better be the CEO, and you better be, talking about $1 billion. They're not coming out. Last time you seen somebody, from a BlackRock or a Vesco come out and talk.
Right.
I had a chance to sit down and talk to a Vesco guy, but and that's because we handle a lot of their business. But once again, it's rare. It's rare. You're not gonna bump into an investment advisor,
Right.
Unless it's me. But
Right. And soon to be Peanut.
yeah,
Feel me? I'm taking my classes coming up, so
we gotta have more people that look like us to sit in front of our company.
yes.
And that's all I'm trying to tell people, man. Look, just show people, how to do this stuff by learning it yourself, tapping in with Dash, tapping in with Peanut, or get you somebody that's licensed. And that's one of the things we're doing. We're trying to get more people licensed in our code.
For sure. So one thing that I noticed at our last meeting was the overwhelming support from you. Everybody was happy to see black brothers there. Like even the white people was happy to see like, yeah, like it's me, you, Chris Bush, you know what I'm saying? The real estate lady, like it was a vibe, bro. Like I felt like this was I'm literally joining into I found my tribe kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times I stand like a sore thumb. I'm sitting there telling people, you know what I'm saying, who only know one way of getting it, and I'm telling them that same mind state you're doing to do whatever you may call it. I'm not gonna say what y'all doing right here on the internets. You know what I'm saying? Internet's plural, right? But what I'm saying is that same mind state that you use to sell that stuff, you can sell other things, man. So let's talk about how people can manage their money in order to invest, right? So before we talk about how you can invest for free, because we're gonna talk about the other way of doing it. How can people, you know, like the 10%, right? Let's say they took 10% of their check. Where would you say they should be putting their money into?
You should put it into a personal investment. If you so the rule of thumb is take the free money from your 401k.
Absolutely.
As much of that as you can. Don't overdo it. Don't put more than what you gonna the company's gonna match.
Yep.
Okay. The second thing was to open up something personal. Okay. Open up something. If you got access to somebody, open up something where it's personal. You know exactly what it's gonna do. You know what it looks like. You know the interest rates. You know the return on it. You got a lot more control when you have a personal thing. Let's just put it like this. You can't expect the government to take care of you in a good way. Okay, so if you expect the government to retire you, feed you, you know how cool. If that's all you got, cool. But if you look at the history of the government, how they do people. I mean, look at government cheese. Look at government schools. I mean, you know that if I stick my kids in a school that is private or something, it's gonna be a better education.
Premium.
If I put myself in a situation where I can go to Whole Foods, I'm gonna have better cheese. I'm not gonna get it from the government. If there's nobody out here, purchasing a house from the government assistance. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bad track record. So
right.
I'm gonna just say Social Security, pensions, 401ks, things like that. 401k is not from the government, but you kind of trust in the government if that's all you got.
Yeah.
Set up your own personal stuff. Know what's gonna happen. Don't wing it when it comes to being financially independent. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm just one day something gonna happen."
Man.
Whenever you go to Walmart, you can see that. That's what happens when you don't plan it.
I cringe when I go to like gas stations to like get gas, and I see the guy in line spend $100 on scratch offs and lottery tickets. It burns me up. Like you could put that $100 into Google right now, which just went through the split. It's around $100. You can buy Google, which was before the split $1,000.
The problem is, I'm being transparent with you. I can be transparent real quick.
For sure.
We don't have too many people influencing the young people to get into different investments. And I mean, you got people like Nipsey Hussle, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
There's some good people out there that's talking about it. Kendrick Lamar. Shouts out to all the people that
Nas is also, yeah.
But if you make money from saying a whole bunch of dumb stuff, most people gonna go where the money is, and they gonna continue to pay you to say dumb stuff because it sets us back. So that's where the big money is setting us back. So you just gotta be careful what you listen to. You gotta put yourself in situations where you're around the people that's doing the things that you want to do. Reach out to them. Have that in your circle. Follow some people, some different people on Facebook, man.
Yeah. So I also want to say this, right? So rappers tend to hang around other rappers. You know what I mean? Like like they're at the studio with their friend who from the block. At our meeting, how many millionaires was inside of that building? We already got Coop and his wife. That's 2.
That's 2 of them. It's millionaires, people that got money, like $1 million put up. It was like 6 of them in there.
So,
cats that got $250,000 put up.
And managing it and taking care of it, not just hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like they just hit a lick. You know what I'm saying? They have a proven system on how they got to the bag. So why would I want to go hang around people that's only going to be, you feel me? Just want to, like, nobody showed me their bank account not once, but you knew when you went outside to that parking lot. Okay, you knew what was going on in that parking lot.
Crazy too. Man, I got a funny story to tell you. So
Go ahead.
I'm at the office and this dude walk in and he don't think nobody hear him, but he got to tripping because my dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but he probably wasn't tripping either, but he didn't bring his beans to the office that day.
Yeah.
He brought his Corolla.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't see no beans, I don't see no, and that's not what I came here for. I'm like, are we really acting like that over a car?
Right.
You know, we just said earlier, man, they depreciate value, so most rich people don't. They
Exactly.
don't show their money through cars. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's just a bad investment. I mean, they gonna, you know, some of them are gonna do their thing, get the Benz, and you know,
Yeah.
do what they want to do, but like, that's just not where it's at. You know, my dude Chaz, he was making $250,000 a year for the longest, and he drove like an old school car. Y'all seen it, man? People that make millions of dollars that got these old phones.
Oh, yeah.
Spend money on
Facts.
that, man. People that want money, they track it. They look at where it's going. They keep an eye on it. It's just something that you got to develop about, you know, either learning it on your own or being around other people, man. So
Facts. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here. Is you're going to teach us how you can invest without putting no money in the machine. You ain't the same amount of money that they're spending right now currently, they can invest. Walk us through this. I forgot the technical term for it. I wrote it down. Is for you to be able to move money around creatively.
transfer spending.
There we go. Transfer spending.
All right. Okay, so transfer spending. What you're doing is you're just taking money. You're taking extra money that you don't even know is extra.
Okay.
So for a perfect example, most people pay more money to taxes than they pay themselves, right?
True.
You get a tax return, it's $3,000 at the end of the year. Okay, great. No, rich people don't do that.
Right.
Okay? So you, quite frankly, like they got all mad because Donald Trump, was it Donald Trump? That
Yeah.
paid like $700 in tax.
Yeah.
You don't want to overpay anybody. First of all,
Right.
Second of all, you learn how to put your money in the right place. Okay, so if you give the government $3,000 for the year, if you were to put that in a 10% investment or you know something nice, you can have more money. Okay, so you know it's an extra $200-$300 a month that you're putting into you giving it to the government, saying, hey, you know, do what you want to do with it, give it back to me at the end of the year
With no interest back.
with no interest. They'll never do that for you.
Never.
Yeah, ask your credit card company. They're not going to let you borrow no money without interest. So why would you let the government do that?
Facts.
Right? So you know that's one area. You know, just overpaying on life insurance. Cut that. You know, overpaying on certain things. Auto and home. Most people don't know that. Check with your auto and home company or auto insurance company every 6 months. You know, see if you can get better rates. Just things like that, man. And you know, you sit down with me. I'll show you how to do this. I'll put something together for you. Show you where the money is missing and piece it together for you. You know, that's what we do. So
The financial needs are, yeah.
Everybody's situation different. So come to me personally.
For sure. So, like, once you find this extra money, what do you do with the money?
You put it in an investment. You put it in an investment every single time. You was spending it anyways. Put it somewhere in investment. Don't look at it. Let it grow.
They come to arrest us because we obviously is burn it down with this good information, right? But yeah. So we love mutual funds. We love, you know what I'm saying, multi-trick ponies, right? Like we want one that can swim, we want one that can fly, we want one that can dig, right? One of the ones that you brought up that I'm now investing in, you know what I'm saying, like thanks to my bro, he got me together, you know what I'm saying, is Franklin Dynatech Fund. I'm going to pull it up right now so the viewers can see it as well. Here it is right here. Boom. Yeah. And tell us a little bit of what you know about Franklin Dynatech before we start dissecting it.
Shout out my boys, Earn Your Leisure.
For sure.
Ian Dunlap. Listen to them, man. So the Franklin Dynatech, it's a tech fund. It has all, you know, the different investments that you know, tech people would look at. Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Salesforce. I could go for days,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a tech fund. So if you got any of that stuff, first of all, if you don't want the risk of a stock and still want some of the return from it, get you a mutual fund. You got a manager.
Yep.
Okay, a lot of people don't know. Okay, I mean, you don't have to learn about stocks all the time. You want to be comfortable with them, but if you got access to somebody that's going to manage it for you, and they get paid based off of if you get paid,
Mm-hmm.
you got a good person on your back.
Right.
Now I'm not the manager of the fund. I can point you the direction. So the managers stay behind the desk all day and they get paid really well. Like
Mhm.
55 years old, they got to work there for 20 years. They really got to know what they're doing. Okay. Those are the guys that are going to manage those mutual funds.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I can show you where to get them. I can get you in one, but I don't manage them. If I was a manager, I wouldn't be here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they hire people like me to go out and talk about it.
That's all.
Yeah. So get you a mutual fund because they come with managers, and most of the people that put money in those already have $1 billion in it. Nobody's gonna put $1 billion somewhere, where you'd expect to lose.
Mhm.
So you can play with the big dogs if you got a mutual fund.
Right.
You can start off with as little as you need to, but that's only like once again you're not gonna find somebody that does investments outside of some of the people I can guide you to. If you go with Merrill Lynch somewhere else,
Right.
trust me, they gonna want some big money from you.
For sure. So, like another thing I'm a fan of is ETFs, right? Which, what I'm saying, which is exchange trans funds, where it's kind of similar practice, but, what I'm saying, like they'll all be in the same genre mostly, right? So if you had an ETF for electric vehicles, they'll have different subsets of different stocks that like they purchase. So you can play with that for things that like you can kind of see and you kind of can be a part of it, so you could be interested in it as well. Or like he said, I'm saying, you can go with a mutual fund where they already manage it for you. And also these different let's say you go buy a hedge fund stock such as Berkshire and Hathaway, right? They're publicly traded, which means they have to adhere to SEC regulations. I mean, they have to disclose what stocks they buy, what stocks they sell. So a lot of times, if you don't know what to buy, you go look at what the billionaires got. You can literally go look down and see what they have in whatever their 10% of their holdings are and things like that. And you can get a feel for what sector they are. You know what I mean? And to me, like Franklin Dynatech Fund Class A is top tier, you know what I'm saying? And for bro to bring it to me, because, what I'm saying, I'm doing a lot right now. So a lot of times, what I'm saying, I still do my process, my 5 steps. But, what I'm saying, I kind of got into like this little day and a half trade kind of thing where, what I'm saying, which I'll be going over in my next book. I'm not about to give it away for free on here. But like I'm going over this day and a half kind of strategy where, if it's down for the day, I mean, I always say to buy a good stock on a bad day, but I'm going to show exactly how I do it, where I will literally buy a stock that's down. You feel me? It rebound, I'm selling. You feel me? You can do this once you get over a certain threshold. I don't advise you do this because a lot of y'all aren't over the threshold of the amount of money that you got to have in order for you to day trade without restrictions. So that's why I want to make sure it's in literature before I, serve that to the people. You know what I'm saying? So you already spoke about finding extra money, moving into, let's say, Franklin Dynatech Fund Class A, right?
Now, just as a disclaimer, I can't solicit any type of funds on you.
Right.
I'm definitely going to give you as much game as I can.
Mm-hmm.
FINRA look at me, they regulate me. So you got to be, I got to let y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is, if somebody on Facebook telling you about investments, you got to look at it like, okay, does this man have an investment license?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, check out Ian Dunlap.
For sure.
So I know for a fact that he used to have his investment license, and you can check that publicly, but he got out of it, I believe, so that he can give game to people and teach them stuff without having to deal with the regulations. So definitely check him out. But other than that, man, start out simple. Get you something basic. Get with somebody, get with an advisor like me, and ask questions to people. But it's just basic certain things like a mutual fund is basic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have life insurance, get your life insurance. That's basic. You know, some people I can't sit with them if you know what I'm saying. I can't tell you to go do this if you know if you're not ready for this first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like, speak about the three insurances and why it's important that life insurance is number one out of the three different insurances.
life insurance is number one because if you're working, then you need to be there to provide an income for someone most of the time. If you take that income away, somebody's gonna have to deal with it. And people have been using this for thousands of years, it's just gotten to us so slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know, definitely get educated on that. Beware of life insurance salespeople. So I'm not a life insurance guy. I can deal with life insurance, but I don't have to sell life insurance, and that's the big difference. If somebody has to sell it, it don't matter what it is. It could be this right here. I'm gonna tell you it's the world to you. You know, I'm gonna tell you that, you know it does X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna fill you up with fluff.
Right.
So you gotta be careful with that because a lot of people on the internet saying, "Hey man, go do this, go do that, go do this." For one, they don't know your situation. Two, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how much money you got. All this stuff it's not a cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's meant for certain people. You got somebody telling you that you can do something and become rich from doing nothing. Be careful.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna debunk one of these myths. I feel like you know, just me bumping into people and the questions that people ask me. You cannot borrow money from your life insurance
Oh my God.
unless there's money in it. Okay, so a lot of people feel like if I go get a 50 grand policy, I'll wait a year or two and I can borrow money. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can borrow money from that 50 grand. That's not how it works. A lot of us would be rich out here if that was the case.
I had my friend argue with me tooth and nail over that, and look, both of them say they can do it, and they never done it. When they was arguing with me, I said, "Bruh, I just sat through a whole seminar where I learned that this is not a real practice."
Never happen. That'd be a loss for these companies. They wouldn't be as big as they, you know.
Yeah.
You go downtown, the biggest companies is banks and life insurance and financial companies. They're not about to set themselves up for no loss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not that stupid.
The casino always wins.
Right. So, you know, using it for its work. I mean, get the life insurance for life insurance. Don't try to get it all fancy and then go into the investment. Get an investment for an investment.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, what happens is these life insurance guys don't have the license to sell investments, so they try to sell you an investment inside of a policy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way they beat it around. If I had auto insurance, and they say, "Oh, Kevin, now we can make people pay a little bit extra for the auto insurance and then start a little savings for them." I'm gonna make it sound great,
Right.
right? If I sell couches and they open up a couch savings account, okay, while I'm paying on my couch, I can put money into it. Why would I do that?
Right.
Why would I go into an investment from a guy that doesn't have the knowledge or credentials to do an investment? I'm going to couch guys, the auto insurance guys, and life insurance guys. It's just not a good mix. So, yeah, man, that's a whole nother path. I don't even
Word, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So we about to kind of bang out because we almost at 30 minutes, man. So please tell them where they can get in contact with you, how they can hit you up.
Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook, Sean Fields. I got a couple of them, but it's one of them. You know how they max you out like 5,000. I'm like an old caveman, bro. I got maxed out. I opened up another one, but Sean Fields on Facebook. Sean Fields on Instagram. I think that's it. Phone number 937-903-6543. Call me, man. I'm here. I'm a real person. You know, I've been doing this for a few years. You know, I'm doing specials where I'm giving out, you know, free facials. Partnered with my girl Ray. Shout out Ray Aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing these facials, so get with me, get with her. But you know, that's my contact information. Reach out to me. You know, I'm good people. Shout out to my dude Peanut for having me here.
For sure, bro.
Man, he really put me on to some stuff. You know, there's not too many people that's out here saying, "Look, let's find, you know, cream of the crop people and put them in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and so they can give you advice and give you examples and show you new stuff." So, you know,
For sure, man. And I also want to say salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because not only did you see what I was doing, you was like, man, bro, like I can add. And I was talking to my cousin C Lock, which you done met my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of it as well. But like I was saying to him, like I feel like I'm a multiplier. Like I want to always be the person that adds to everybody's situation. Like if you just know me, you can be like, bro, it's an asset to know me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way about you. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who I've seen you like run across, like whether we was at West Social Tapping Table, and you know, like it was people that came there just to meet me, and then you end up kind of jumping in the conversation to help them. It's like you always add to other people, bro. And yeah, bro, like I want to say the salute back to you as well.
Get into a rabbit hole, but that's what most people are missing in life because they want to. I ain't gonna say people want to take, but if you look at the jobs nowadays, most people don't want to be an asset to their job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't never do that work. I don't never.
What happens is, you know, it creates a habit, a bad habit of just, you know, kind of, you know, I do this and this, whatever I get paid for, I do it. But you know, be an asset. You know, if you switch it up just a little bit and say, all right, if I work at McDonald's, how can I improve this McDonald's? Before you know it, you'll be a manager.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna ask you to be a manager if you're not an asset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put you in that position. So I'm definitely constantly trying to be an asset to people. You know, I'm any type of endeavor that I go through, I try to make sure that I can, you know, put somebody that I care about in that situation on with the situation.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I can't just go out here and make $3,000 a month for my, you know, I'm just saying $3,000 because that's like, I don't really know what the average income is anymore, but I'm gonna say it's like $3 or $4,000. You know, if you got like a $20 an hour job or something, right? So I mean, you know, I could put myself on, right? I could pay my bills, but what can I do for other people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing for nobody at $3 or $4,000 a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing for nobody if I work at no offense to nobody, but if I work at Skyline Chili, you know, I could probably get you in touch with the manager, but I can't put you on. So I try to put myself in situations like that where, you know, if I'm here, I can help you out, show you what I know, you can make some money. You know what I'm saying? And just through the different endeavors that I had, I've always been that way. I've always been able to put people on. You know, I look at myself more of a hiring and training manager or a training and develop manager. I train and develop people to either learn finances and, you know, and help themselves out that way, or learn some type of way of a trade, or learn some type of way of making some money, you know, for themselves, or, you know, just being in that situation. So yeah, I look at people, you know, and say, all right, do I want to do business with you? Or are you an asset? Or are you taking away from me? I feel like you taking energy from me, I'm not gonna come around.
Right.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
So I try to you know, do people I want to, you know, the way I want them to do me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I come over your house and it's, can you do this, you know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yeah. The hell, I can do my own.
I mean, yeah, like, come on, man. I'm a bust my butt for somebody, but you know, you can't be a negative withdrawal from somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that much energy to pass out, so I try to keep that on, you know, inside of me, the energy, and I gotta be around people that are assets. So, you know.
Ain't no asset like a Dash resource, man. So I want to say, you know what I'm saying, salute to you, King, and I want to say salute to everybody who tuned in today, man. You already know, you feel me? If your credit score is 650, get with me. If you're around 580, I know a lady. Wait, there's more. I can help you. If you got a 500 credit score, that's right, man. I'm sending out bands because my mission is to bring $2 million to Dayton, Ohio businesses, which I'm well on my way. I'm at $108,200. This week been dry, but I got a couple phone calls I got to make tomorrow. So hopefully I'll bring them home so I can give y'all another update of more money added, because I'm trying to do this by the end of the year. I want to do $2 million, man.
Huge, man.
Yeah.
Huge. Don't be scared to tap in, man. Tap in. You never know what we can do to help you.
For sure.
You know, don't just sit there and struggle. Don't just sit there and, you know, try to wing it, man. Get with some people that are gonna put energy in you. You know, most people bring something to the table. If you can't, you know, we can work something out, man. We can work something out. We don't want nobody out here just clueless or struggling. if you're the type of person that wants something better, right? I can't make you do nothing, but
Mhm.
you gonna tap in with us. You know,
For sure, for sure.
bringing grants to the city, man, that's huge. Man. I don't think people know how huge that is.
Mhm.
Showing you how to do grants.
My dog,
I
man.
don't know too many people that's doing that right.
Right.
And if you bump into the wrong person, you in jail.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
tap in.
For sure, man. Sell Stocks Not Dope every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. ish. Your boy Dash Resource. Welcome to the cool table, man. Bang. Bang. In stream. There we go. We done, dog.